Hello, gorgeous Love Goddess. Welcome to a recording of a Love Goddess podcast with your host, Katya, Melvin. And today we are continuing talking about feminine archetypes I am embodying. And there are so many more, but I am focusing on the 6. And today we are talking about High Priestess or Spiritual Leader archetype. Wow. I embody that daily. I embody it the most of the time. If you see me on the outside and I'm posting the sexy photos on Instagram and showing you that I am the dark feminine goddess archetype, right? But just know that most of my day that day I spent being in my High Priestess archetype, because that's what keeps me going. That's the archetype that replenishes me. That's the archetype that heals me. I have to have that healing daily because things come up with clients, things come up with team members, things come up with work, certain things don't work, and I have to continuously do the energy work. I have to continuously keep on going, keep on relying, keep on passing it on to God. It's an actual active work that I am doing daily. If I'm lucky, I get to do it 3 times a day, one in the evening, one in the midday, one in the morning, one in the midday, and one in the evening. Sometimes I take the entire day and be in that archetype because I need so much healing, right? I go in nature and I stopped posting those that kind of content. I post it sometimes, but it is the archetype that serves me the most. When I read the book by Rebecca Campbell called Rise, Sister Rise, she listed multiple spiritual archetypes. And I recognized myself in one of the spiritual archetypes that she listed as a High Priestess. And I remember driving in my car and listening to the audiobook and her listing those archetypes. And when she named the High Priestess archetype, something with me flickered. Like something with me got lit up. Something in me appeared, and I started knowing, that's that inner knowing. This is me. This is me. I am that. It's one of those where you don't need an explanation. It's an inner knowing of that this is you, this is who you are. And so I got so excited about this new knowledge that I have received. This was back in 2018, I believe. 2018, maybe 2019. I wanted to know more. I'm into past life regressions. I started doing past life regressions. I have discovered multiple lifetimes where I was High Priestess. I did readings. I discovered lifetimes when I was High Priestess. I went to Sedona, Arizona, which is known for interdimensional portals, energy vortexes, lots of a big, very strong spiritual community. And I felt like I was at home. And I went to see a psychic in Sedona, and she told me, and I asked her that question, why do I feel like I'm here, like I'm at home, like I'm so at peace? I feel like this is more of my home than my home anywhere I lived. And this is the first time that I'm here. And she told me, I see a past life where you were like a High Priestess to a community of women. And I've done readings with other psychics, and I've received knowledge that this has been my lifetime now has been lifetimes in the making, and this lifetime is the one where I'm gonna fulfill something that I was preparing for over years of other lifetimes. I was prosecuted. I was executed publicly on a guillotine in France in one of my past lifetimes, in the memory that was sparked So there is definitely a story of prosecution. But I felt that I was able to speak my voice and my truth freely in this lifetime. And I connected to the freedom. I'm sorry, I'm starting to cry. I don't even know why. I've connected to the freedom that we women now have to express ourselves. I've connected to a freedom that we women are able to talk now, where it was prohibited in the past, where we would have been killed in the past, where we would have been exiled in the past, and my previous lifetimes have shown that, right? It's so, I totally get how strange it is to see me posting sexy photos on Instagram, right? As part of my branding and the dark archetype and the sexuality work that I'm doing with women. And also know that I have such a deep spiritual core. And yet, that sexuality work is our shadow work. It is being taboo for a reason, because it's such a powerful place that women can embody. And I've been led to this work for a reason. And it is so healing. Just going through a simple boudoir session, so much changes for a woman. Like it shifts her entire life, her entire perspective. She shifts, right? And knowing this, I knew there was a deeper level, and the coach in me has been on quest for years until I got it. I finally got it. Like, how do I combine boudoir with deeper level healing, with deeper sexuality healing? And I finally, the entire picture come together. It took years in the making. Everything is years in the making. It's not an overnight thing. The revelations that came to me has been very small revelations throughout years, right? And so my archetype as a high priestess, the way I practice this is knowing my deeper purpose, knowing that I am here to heal women, that I'm here to lead women to the light, that I am here serving deeper purpose that I don't even know, that connects back to spiritual CEO, feminine CEO. Because I get through I get so many challenges, and running a business is so hard, and it almost kills you. And sometimes you can't breathe because of how hard it is, and sometimes you panic. I heard other women have gone to ER because they burned themselves out so much, right? I'm not allowing to let it go there. Also, I am working on creating my epic motherfucking life, not my miserable life, through doing my purpose work, and it is on me, and I'm still figuring it out. And once I figure it out, I'll be sure enough to make sure to teach you all of that. I figure it out enough to where I can already teach you, right? Always from my own experience, always. If I can do it, I'm not gonna tell you theory. I'm not gonna be telling you the theory, right? So every day my feminine CEO and high priestess are side by side, because that's what keeps me going. That literally is the only thing that keeps me going. I have to remind, I'm doing deeper work, not even for women. I'm doing this for the universe, and the universe will send me the right woman that needs me, or what I have, or what we have, or what we have created. And high priestess work is pretty much 70% of everything that I do, right? High priestess work. And it is sacred work. That's why I'm not sharing a lot of it, because I feel like that's what happens behind the curtain of a feminine CEO, right? But high priestess is one of the archetypes that I am tapping into spirituality, tapping into shadow work, healing other women, bringing them to the light. Negative situation at work, I am I am releasing, I'm working that energy out, every single one of them, because otherwise I'm going to carry it on my body. That's why so many people are not making it in business, because they're not spiritually led or spiritually based, and they get so much of that collected in their bodies, they like get themselves to emergency rooms, right? And so every single situation that comes, I have to work through it, release to the light, release to the, pass it on to my higher guides for handling it. I am not in control. And I am never in control. Nobody's ever in control. Control is an illusion, right? And so all of that is high priestess work. Letting being a light worker, allowing for best possible outcome, not just for me, for everyone involved. I can't do that. It's only spirit that can do that, right? So all of that energy work is happening behind the curtain. And I am in that archetype most of the time. And that's the only way I am surviving in business, in harsh realities of like going through business and dealing with all the stuff that comes up, right? Deep spiritual work that replenishes me. And I also need a lot of space to be alone, right? So that is an archetype that I am embodying most of the time. Then the next archetype that I'm embodying most of the time is my feminine CEO archetype. Then the next archetype after that is my dark feminine goddess archetype, right? Those are the three main archetypes that I am embodying most of the time. If you are feeling spiritually drawn and wanting to explore shadows, we are doing that kind of work at the Lovegodesss Studio. Please come in. Your first class is only $10. Details all below. I would absolutely love to see you there. And thank you so much for tuning in to this recording about High Priestess Archetype. And I will see you next time for another recording of a podcast on another archetype that we still have to go over. Thank you and have a good day.